Good afternoon, my friends. I have been scrolling through Facebook this morning, and I am observing the different reactions to the political posts that are being shared online by my friends, and me being the observer and not taking sides either into pessimism or too much optimism. I'm trying to stay in the neutral zone, right? And I'm doing that because I understand at a small level how parallel realities are created, and essentially through our emotions and our perceptions we are creating the reality that resonates with our vibration. I see a lot of fear from people experiencing the reality of lack, of need, of poverty, and they are bringing to the forefront their deepest fears of going into further lack, right? This is not intended to be a judgment. I'm trying to bring some awareness here because at the moment, people are very much caught up in their subconscious emotions that are rising to the surface, and they're meant to come to the surface. But if you can take 3 deep breaths before you comment on a political post, either on the one side, on the pessimist side or the optimist side, take some deep breaths and tune into where your anxiety and fear is rooted in. What are you really fearing is going to happen on the completely pessimistic side? What are you anticipating to happen in your life that someone else is controlling? How are you giving your power away? Have you given your power away? Or do you need to bring yourself back to a higher awareness, higher consciousness, right? Is your life and your fate in the hands of someone else? Or do you have a measure of control over your life and your outcome, but you need to rise higher and take charge of your consciousness? Do your thoughts create your reality? And then this is of course true on the other spectrum of optimism. A lot of people feel optimism of what is happening. Like I say, I'm staying the neutral observer. I am not adding any pessimism to my energy, and I'm also not adding excessive optimism to the other side. I'm trying to maintain my power, the energy of my emotions. Okay, I'm not throwing it either this way or that way. I am exercising an intention and a plan for the reality that I want to live out, irrespective of what's happening in the political arena. Your thoughts create, your emotions create the reality that will match your vibration. Do you want a reality that magnifies your current pessimism? Or do you want to change it? What do you want to see changed in your reality? There is this misconception that every human being, the people in the same room, experience the same reality. That's not true. There was a Bashar clip that I watched recently that demonstrated this very clearly. 10 people can be sitting in the same room and they're not experiencing the reality, the same reality, because our reality is created through our perception. If I am of a different perception, I'm in a different reality. I'm not experiencing what you are experiencing, right? So this is just at the very basic level, the principle of shifting energies. And so my friends that are now experiencing all their fears, all their shadows, and how bad the world is going to get, please become conscious of your feelings. Become conscious of your emotions. Become conscious of your words. What you are projecting out there to become your future, right? Your words, your projections will become your future, not mine. Because I am not projecting or forecasting this mega shadow that threatens to swallow up my life. Your thoughts is what creates the dark cloud that is rising on the horizon for your future. Do you want a dark cloud or do you want a bright cloud? You're going to have to change your words, your thinking, your perception. If at all, you can shift it a couple degrees towards the neutral zone, or maybe even a couple degrees towards the optimism side. Can you see any brightness in what's ahead in your future? What kind of future do you wish to experience? If I can use an example of one of my friends, her fear is that she will be get cut off from being able to manage her pain. Is your intention to continue living under the limitation of pain management? Or would you like to actually experience well-being? You see, these are two separate realities. We can be quite grateful and happy for pain management, and that can become our future and remain our future. Or we can choose energetically a timeline that shifts into actual wellness. See, pain management is not the only choice. Wellness is another option. But it takes different thought patterns and thinking to shift into a wellness paradigm over a mere pain management paradigm, if that makes sense. So, your thoughts, please, don't be so hasty to express your fears and project them further out ahead on your path, because what you are projecting ahead of you, you're going to walk into in short time, right? Maybe you want to project a different path. Can you project something a little more positive for your reality? You don't have to adopt the reality of everyone else around you. You can create your reality of how you are going to experience it.